Today we are going to look into the concept of sin theta and cos theta in the most intuitive way. Right? Right now, what we understand, what we define sin theta, most of us define sin theta as based on a triangle, right? Sin theta is defined as opposite side, that is opposite side AB by AC. Nothing but this is opposite side by by hypotenuse, right? Hypotenuse. And cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse, which is nothing but BC by AC, right? If we define sin theta and cos theta as this is, are we going to get any intuitions to solve the problems? Or is there any better definition for this sin theta and cos theta where it will, which will help us to solve problems with visualization? And this is the concept for today. So, with these definitions, I want to pose few questions to the audience who think sin theta is opposite by hypotenuse and cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. First one, since sin theta, as per your definition, is opposite side by hypotenuse, right? Side by hypotenuse, which means side means it's a length, right? Length is always positive, and hypotenuse length is also always positive. If you go by this definition, sin theta value should be positive by positive always. But what we know is sin theta minimum value is -1, means its range is between -1 to 1. So why do negative values come for sin theta? The definition is opposite side by hypotenuse, right? That is first question. Second question is, so how do you define this sin 0 degrees and cos 0 degrees, sin 90 degrees and cos 90 degrees? Because cos 0 means there will be no triangle form. There is no chance for triangle to get formed, because cos 0 is sin 0. If we have theta, there is a possibility for triangle to be formed. But for cos 0, there is no possibility for triangle to get formed, right? Similarly, sin 180 degrees and cos 180 degrees, right? Likewise, I can name sin 270 and cos 272. Sin 270 degrees and cos 270 degrees. If we understand sin theta as opposite side by hypotenuse, we can't have these angles, since there is no way a triangle can be formed by these angles, right? Third thing is, say if I have to order, means I have to find the greatest. What is the greatest value among this one, cos 1 degree B, sin 1 degree, cos square 1 degree and sin square 1 degree. So if you understand sin theta and cos theta by these definitions, are we in a position to answer this? Right? We don't have any intuition to answer this. And I have many questions, okay, where we can't answer if we understand by this definition of sin theta and cos theta by opposite by hypotenuse. It may be numerically equal to this value, but what is the actual definition? Okay. In today's demo, I try to shed some light on it. My final question is, why is sine theta degrees is equal to sine minus of 360 degrees minus theta? Right? We have this formula, sine theta degrees is equal to sine minus of 360 degrees minus theta. So if we understand sin theta and cos theta by these definitions, I don't think we can answer any one of these questions. I have a huge list of questions, but I am confining it to only 4 questions right now. Right? So this is the thing what I am worried about. So I try to find what is the actual definition of sin theta. Yeah. So now I want to take you through the understanding of sin theta and cos theta. So now let's try to understand sin theta and cos theta through a different definition where we can answer all these 4 questions, right? So before going to that definition of sin theta and cos theta, I want you to have a recap of 2 things from coordinate geometry. Right? Let me take you through that. First point is in a coordinate plane, right? We represent a point P as x comma y, where x is your perpendiculars to y axis and y is your perpendiculars to x axis, right? So your point P is there, right? We represent it as x comma y, where x is your perpendicular to y axis and y is your perpendicular to x axis. X means how many units you have walked along x axis, and y is how many units you have walked along y units, right? So if the point is in the second quadrant, we have the representation as minus x comma y, where this is minus x since he has walked along the into x axis, and this is your y, right? This is the first point what I want you to get recapped. The basic definition of a coordinate in xy plane, right? Second thing is, also we know in a coordinate plane we have 4 coordinates, q1, q2, q3 and q4, right? Where the coordinates in q1 will have positive, the x coordinates will be positive and y coordinate will be positive. In q2 we have minus plus, the x coordinate will be negative and y coordinate will be positive. In q3 we have minus comma minus, the x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is negative. And q4 we have plus comma minus, right? These are the basic things we learned in the school geometry, right? Also, if you rotate a point OA through an angle theta, right? If the theta is in q1, it will be acute, right? The theta lies between 0 to 90 degrees, right? If you rotate this A through an angle greater than 90 and less than 180, it will be in q2. So the angles, right? If you rotate a ray with endpoints 0, a, right? It can be in q1, in q2, or in q3 and q4. So the angles will be, if you have rotated through angle theta which lies in q2, the angles will be between 90 to 180, right? For q3, similarly we have 180 degrees to 270 degrees. Finally, in q4 we have 270 degrees to 360 degrees, right? So these are the basic learnings what we have carried from our high school to this till now, right? So I want my definition based on these points, right? So let's see the definition where you can find the solutions, you can answer the solutions with some visualization, right? So now I'm going to define sin theta and cos theta using a unit circle. With using a unit circle with center origin, with center 0, 0, right? So this is my coordinate axis and this is my origin. I have a unit circle. Once I say unit circle, it means the radius is equal to 1, right? So this radius is equal to 1. So this, let this point be A, B, C, D, right? Since this is a unit circle, the coordinates of A is 1, 0. Means the distance from A to y-axis is 1 and the distance from A to x-axis is 0. Since A lies on x-axis itself, the distance is 0. Similarly for B, its the coordinates are 0, y, 0, 1. 0 means the distance to y-axis. Since B point lies on y-axis, the distance to itself is 0 and the y coordinate is your distance to x-axis, means it is 1 since that is a unit circle. Similarly, I can name C as minus 1, 0 and D as 0, minus 1, right? Now, if I rotate the ray O, I am fixing O, but I am rotating the tip of A through an angle theta, right? So now A became P. Now sin theta is defined sin theta, right? In Latin it is called sinus. Sinus means semi-vertical length. Semi-vertical length. Vertical length. Right? So if you draw the perpendicular distance from this point to x-axis, right? This is called sin theta. And cos theta. So this is also called cosine theta. Means colleague of sin theta. Colleague of sin theta means which is semi-horizontal length. Means the perpendicular distance to y-axis is called cos theta. Right? Sin theta is the perpendicular distance to x-axis and cos theta is the perpendicular distance to y-axis. So, as per our recap, I can name the coordinates of P as cos theta, comma sin theta, right? Where your x coordinate is perpendicular distance to y-axis and y coordinate is perpendicular distance to x-axis, which match our learnings from the basic geometry, right? If OA is rotated through an angle which comes to the second quadrant, right? Say P dash. Then again, by the same definition, your perpendicular distance to x-axis is called, let's say I have rotated through an angle alpha, right? The perpendicular distance to x-axis is called sin alpha and the perpendicular distance to y-axis is called cos alpha. So I can name the point as cos alpha, P dash as cos alpha, comma sin alpha. Similarly, wherever you rotate OA with an angle which may belong to Q1, Q2 or Q3 or Q4, if it is in Q3, just draw the perpendicular distance to x-axis and y-axis, right? This will be your cos beta, sin beta if the angle is beta. Similarly, you can rotate through clockwise also. As per our convention, clockwise is negative. If I rotate through an angle gamma, minus gamma, this is called, from here we have to draw perpendicular distance to x-axis. That is your sin gamma, sin minus gamma. Since I have rotated clockwise and perpendicular distance to y-axis is called cos minus gamma. So the coordinates of P double dash can be cos of minus gamma, comma sin of minus gamma, right? So I have this definition, which is in a unit circle, from a point on a unit circle, thus the perpendicular to x-axis is your sin theta and the perpendicular to your y-axis is cos theta. Let's try to answer the previously posed 4 questions where we could answer it through sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse definition, right? First one is sin theta, right? Sin theta can be negative. If you see, as per our definition, in a unit circle, the vertical lengths, right? The semi-vertical lengths, these are sin theta values. So the maximum can be 1 and the minimum can be minus 1, right? When the point is at D, right? So the vertical distances can be in Q3 and Q4. So sin theta can be negative. So the range of sin theta can be minus 1 to 1. So we have answered the first question, through which we couldn't answer through our previous definition of sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, where both are lengths. Length is positive, so there is no chance of negative. But with this definition, I can tell the sin theta is oscillating between minus 1 to 1. The value is between minus 1 to 1, right? So first question is answered. Second question, what is sin 0? Right? When the ray is at OA itself, I have not rotated the OA ray, right? So the x coordinate means the perpendicular to y axis is the cos theta, and the y coordinate means the perpendicular to x axis means a lies on x axis, so the distance to x axis is 0. So I can now tell sin 0 degrees as 0, cos 0 degrees as 1, right? For 90 degrees, sin 90 degrees, if I have rotated A to 90 degrees, so A became B, right? Now your x coordinate is your cos theta, that is cos 90 is equal to 0, and your y coordinate means the perpendicular to the x axis is your y coordinate is your sin 90 is 1, right? Similarly, we can answer sin 180, since this is a unit circle, right? So coordinates of C is minus 1 comma 0. Your x coordinate is your cos 180 degrees is your x coordinates minus 1, and sin 180 degrees is your y coordinates, which is 0, right? Similarly, we can answer for D, means 270. Sin 270 degrees is your minus 1 y coordinates, the perpendicular to x axis, and cos 270 degrees is equal to 0, the x coordinate, the perpendicular to y axis. So we are able to answer the second question also through this definition, where we are not able to answer the second question through sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Thirdly, now if we have to order cos 1 degree, sin 1 degree, cos square 1 degree, and sin square 1 degree, right? Yeah, so let's try with the relation of new definition. So this is my unit circle, right? So I have rotated 1 degree. This is total is 90. 1 degree means, let me assume this is your 1 degree. So A became P. As per our new definition, the perpendicular to y axis is your cos 1 degree. This length is your cos 1 degree, and this length is your sin 1 degree. Clearly, this length is greater than this length, right? So this length, right? This length is greater than this length here for 1 degree, right? So cos 1 degree is greater than sine 1 degree. I can write from this visualization, and the values lie between 1 to 0, right? Sine and cos values will be lying between 1 to 0 in this quadrant. So definitely cos 1 degree is greater than cos square 1 degree, since the values, right, the values lie between 0 to 1. Cos 1 degree lies between 0 to 1 in this quadrant, right? Here it is 0, here it is 1. So the values will be lying between 0 to 1. So I can definitely write cos 1 degree 1 degree is greater than cos square 1 degree is greater than sine. Yeah. So cos 1 degree I can tell is the largest value among these, right? So I can have an intuition which is the largest value through this definition. Finally, if I have rotated A through an angle theta to bring to P, we told the coordinates of P, cos theta is this one, the perpendicular to y axis, and this is your sin theta, perpendicular to x axis, right? Sin cos theta comes sin theta. So if I rotate to an angle of in clockwise direction, say minus 360 minus theta degrees, right? So P is the coordinates of P again is cos theta and sin theta, and the cos minus 360 minus 360 degrees minus 0 degrees, comma sin minus 360 degrees, comma theta degrees, right? Both represent the same coordinates of P. So this cos theta is equal to cos minus 360 degrees minus theta degrees, and sin theta is equal to sin of minus 360 degrees. So we can have this intuition by this diagram, but we can't have this intuition by the previous definition of sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Yes, we are able to answer these 4 questions posed by me initially, right? Now I want to throw some light on why Aryabhatta has invented this sin theta and cos theta, and why he has defined a unit circuit for this, right? So assume that your earth is at origin and the moon revolves around earth in a circular fashion, and through astronomy we have this based on the position of moon, right? Moon can be anywhere in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Based on the position of moon, there will be an impact on earth, means they can be positive vibrations or negative vibrations. So if you can calculate the position of moon, right, we can tell whether the people on earth has positive vibrations and negative vibrations or neutral vibrations, right? So the purpose is to find the position of moon. So he has defined the position of moon with this cos theta comma sin theta, right? He can measure very minute angles also through seconds and minutes. So yeah, that's the purpose of Aryabhatta. That's one of the purpose of Aryabhatta inventing this cos theta comma sin theta. There may be n use case, right? Why Aryabhatta invented cos theta and sin theta? He wants to calculate the vibrations that may be have negative or positive vibrations based on the position of moon, and the position of moon is given by cos theta comma sin theta, since moon revolves around earth in circular fashion. Yeah, I hope I have given conclude, right? So instead of, if you think sin theta by opposite by hypotenuse and if you visualize sin theta as the semi vertical in a unit circle, right? The second approach has visual explanation for most of the problems I discussed. So I hope I have given some intuition on sin theta and cos theta to solve the problems effectively. Right? Thank you for this demo.